What's going on, Skullbrains? Welcome back to Skullbrain TV. It's time to get into the Ancestral Challenge for issue number 15, Narcum the Fly King. But before we do that, let's go over the challenge for the last episode, Hulken the Mole Monster. Did you find Shumi and Shubi? They were here on page 224, hiding behind this tree. And what about Hulken's mud warrior that was infested with worms? This was a tricky one because you can see a warrior here on page 214. It's also the same as the image that came in the back of the book and the clue that I gave you in the last challenge. But the challenge was for a mud warrior in the wall that was formed around Richard and Orkin. It was right here. It's pretty tricky to spot because the worms aren't easy to see and it blends in with the darker colours of the background. But if you did spot it, good work. And did you hear what the Life Force pod is that Richard had secured from Cobra's Keep? The answer was on page 224 as well. He felt a sense of justice run through his mind as he recalled all of the good things Orkin had done since they had met. Richard had found the pod of justice. As for Morbane's Monsters and Magic Challenge, if you guessed that Hulken was based on Lakyan, you were correct. Now, let's get into the challenge for issue number 15. Keep an eye out for Shumi and Shubi. Also in this issue, at one point, Narcum's spies swarm Richard and cover him. On pages 230 and 231, can you count how many flies are covering his arm? For the Monsters and Magic Challenge, take a listen to these two myths and try and guess who Narcum is based on. First up, we have the Furies from ancient Greece, on tireless avengers from hell. Woe to the secret murderer, who thought that he could hide his misdeed. Dressed in mourning clothes and cracking whips of cold hard leather, the three Furies from hell will pursue him. The Furies' faces are pale and gaunt, snakes hiss in their long hair, and their feverish eyes will pierce the criminal's guilty soul. The Furies follow their quarry to the very ends of the earth. There is no pity, and there is no escape. Alerted by the murderer's victim, the three appear on the killer's doorstep. The Furies drag him from his house, screaming in terror and pleading for mercy. If he tries to flee, they pluck snakes from their twisting hair and throw them at their quarry. Soon the reptiles are winding around the murderer's ankles like ropes, and he cannot go another step. Then the Furies cry for the earth to open and take the blood of the murderer, to pay for the blood he spilled. The murderer fights and grasps the edge of the gaping chasm that is swallowing him up. To no avail, no one escapes the wrath of the Furies. Next up, we have Noma Totless from Southern Africa, on small spirits that spy. All over the world, those who possess knowledge also have power, and spies and eavesdroppers who relay information to them. No informers are more effective than the famed Noma Totless, the spying spirits. They appear as faint flashes of light, and they flit from dark corner to dark corner, watching everyone with their glittering eyes. Noma Totless are the eyes and ears of powerful sorcerers who never need to move from the huts where they live. The Noma Totless come to them with the news they have gathered on their spying missions. They swoop in through windows and doors and buzz excitedly around their masters. One by one, the small spies approach and relay news and gossip. The sorcerers listen. Then they ask questions, speaking without moving their lips and whistling at the same time. The Noma Totless answers come in fast, squeaky cackles and whistles. In this way, some sorcerers acquire a great deal of information about the deeds and misdeeds of people, and become sought-after helpers and counselors. In the pinned comment below, you'll find a link where you can download the Monster and Magic cards for this episode, as well as a template for the folder that you can cut out, construct, and keep the cards in. Good luck with this challenge, and we'll see you in the next episode. So until then, stay tuned, and stay skullbrained.